Okay, I thought I would tell everyone a little bit about the updates on the skin cancer. So, first thing, it is not a big deal, but it was scary nonetheless. But basically, it's right here. You can barely see it at all. It was kind of surprising to me how the instructions I got, which were not very helpful, to be honest with you. They just said, put the cream on twice a day for 4 to 6 weeks. That was pretty much all I got. And they said it's like chemotherapy cream, which sounds really scary. I was scared to touch it, still am a little bit, and didn't know how to apply it. And I had to contact the doctor multiple times to figure out whether I could put sunscreen on top of it or before it and after it. For something like this, I would hope that they give a great deal of information. So the short answer is you apply it just only to the affected spot. Now, it's surprising to me because they burned a whole bunch of shit off, the top of my head, and but the only spot, ultimately, when I inquired, that they said that you need to do is just the spot that they did the biopsies. So they just put a teeny little bit on. Initially I was doing it with my hand, but I got way more than I needed on. So now I just go. Just like as small amount as possible. And basically what it's doing is it's eating away your skin, and doing it in a fashion that I think it's killing the cancer cells. And, before I learned how to, put it on just in a micro fashion rather than splattering it all and touching it, it was creating a great deal of irritation, as you probably saw. By the way, that I think is from a poodle, as well as that. So in any event, I put it on twice a day. I'm almost at the 4-week mark. They don't need a follow-up until this summer. Apparently, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm glad for that. But it was concerning, nonetheless. And I'm taking it very, very seriously. I've been wearing a hat, been using more sunscreen. It's interesting because, for those of you who are not visiting a dermatologist on a regular basis, when you get older, I recommend that you do so. I had no expectation of needing this. Candidly, the only reason I went is because as you well know, I get Botox from time to time, so I don't have all the lines in my forehead. And the guy who did Botox told me that I had all sorts of skin cancer that required immediate attention, and that he should be burning it off and surgically removing it. And I went to a dermatologist, not a plastic surgeon, who said, no, there's no problem, but you need to come in annually to check on your shit. And after a few years, I'm like, do I really need to do this? And just out of nowhere, I just went back and I did it. And this is, he examined my whole body from head to toe and biopsied this and another spot here. And sure enough, it was skin cancer. And I think if left untreated for a period of time, it could have caused real significant harm. So I'm glad that I did, and I would encourage everyone to periodically get tested. In addition, he did give me some cream. Not sure what it does, but I've been applying it just generally on my skin. I think it's something that treats acne in kids. I really don't know. I don't have much acne as far as I can tell, but so I'm now getting into a full skincare routine, between this and my wife's got me on this moisturizer. I am using Sunscreen, you'll be surprised to see that it is only an 8, although many people, experts, 8, 15, 50, it's all about the same ultimately. And I'm using some of this, so I've got a freaking full routine. In addition, when this was irritated, I've been using some Neosporin. The ironic thing is when the only thing that the dermatologist nurse aide, who was really very nice but confusing, she said, this is going to make you grumpy. And so I was like, how can cream make you grumpy? It just scared me because I couldn't really fully understand why it would make me grumpy. And I think ultimately it makes you grumpy because it's basically eating your skin, and it's not comfortable. So I was literally waiting after a couple days, like, okay, how is this going to affect my mood? Oh, by the way, I am starting to take some CBD oil, which interestingly enough seems to helping my mood. So there you go. Bye-bye.